Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I'm your host, DBoss, and I'm just wishing everybody a happy and a prosperous new year and all the best in 2025. So we got a lot to take back because 3 years of our lives were spent in the house, so everybody's just trying to catch up. And I thank everybody who's been doing their 15 minutes of laughing every day. And, doing that because it's for all ages. It's free. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. It's all good for your overall health. So, just thank everybody for doing that and to continue to do that, because that's not something you stop. You got to keep doing it. Just because you're in a new year doesn't mean you're stopping that. So everybody just keep continuing on. And I thank everybody for doing that. All right. So we have somebody here that's a writer, a producer, an entrepreneur, an entertainer, a director. She got all these different hats on your head. I like interviewing these ones. Got to dissect them down. So with no further ado, we're going to find out all of her, what she's done, what she knows now that she wish she would not known back then. And, when she first started, how she started, how she got involved in all this. So with no further ado, I introduce to you Alinka Angelova.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I guess I see you got the memo. You're doing your laughing there.
Oh, I always laugh, so I'm always like optimistic, and I'm always smiling. So
Well, it's you have to be good like that, for in order to, just so that you start your day, because you want to start your day with positivity, and and that helps a lot. And even if you're not doing it in the day and you come home, well, that'll lift your night. So, and your evening or whatever time zone you're in.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
So everybody here at Real Life Matters, we'd like to know your background or your culture, where you come from.
Sure. Well, so my parents were born in Jamaica, so I was born in Canada, and actually two of my brothers and sisters, there's seven of us, were born in Jamaica as well. Yeah, there's seven of us, of course. We're all very close. We talk every day. We laugh every day. We laugh a lot. Um, so yeah, they were born. Two of them were born in Jamaica, and we were here. I grew up. We started in Toronto, and my parents. Well, we moved a lot, and it wasn't because of any specific reason. It was just my dad always wanted more, so he was always looking for better, getting us into different places. So that was interesting. I always said that, oh my gosh, when I grow up, I am not moving this much. However, that hasn't changed. I've been moving. I think it's because of them why I started that. Yeah. So my parents also, they started like real humble beginnings in Jamaica, and I remember when they came here, um, my dad said, "I don't care if we're because at first they didn't have much, so they're like, I don't care if we're struggling. We're not living in government housing because we don't get want to get comfortable." So so he's always that's why he was always like he's a big dreamer, and that's where I get it from as well. My parents are workaholics, so when you said I had all those hats, yes, because they are workaholics. So I am a workaholic. Unfortunately, it's good and bad. Yeah, yeah, it is. So then eventually, like I ended up in my teenage years, we moved to Barrie, Ontario, and I stayed there for quite a while before I went to school and I traveled a bit. Now, I remember saying that when I got married, I was going to settle down in Barrie. The people are just really nice. I actually really just love Barrie. And then we just recently this summer moved to Angus. So now I'm here now. Yeah.
So is it further north for people that don't know?
I am. I am a little further. Actually, it's a little further west, northwest, I guess.
Northwest.
But it's nice and quiet. So it's still like not. It's not that much of a difference because you're just taking another detour to go west, and it's the same distance.
She's trying to make it sound good, people. She's trying to make it sound good. That's not far,
Yeah,
but it is. It's about an hour and something. If you're lucky and you don't have traffic, it's more.
Yeah.
All right. So did you go to school for what you did, or?
Well, you know what? I wanted to go to school for that. So I went to York University. They had a drama program there, a fine arts program, but they
Okay.
didn't quite do exactly what I was looking for because they had there was no singing, right? There was no
Oh,
singing, and I like to write musicals, so that's what I was looking
okay.
for. So what happened? I did go to York University for about a year, and then I got a contract to go to the Mediterranean to perform on cruise lines, and so that's how I started doing
Wow.
that. Yeah, and I went away for a bit, and I was really young then too, really young. I was about 18 years old, and I was like, "Mom," they called me. They said, "Can you leave in 24 hours?" And I was like, "Yes, I can."
Yes, yeah.
That's
I
exactly
popped.
what I wanted. Yeah, it is what I wanted to do for sure.
So how
Yeah.
long did you do that for?
So I did that for about 9 months, and then I
Ooh, that's
broke my contract. 5 months, and then I came home, and then I was supposed to go back, and we were supposed to go to Egypt. September 11th happened, so a ton of the ships went bankrupt and everything.
okay.
And then I went back to Carnival Cruise Lines, and I stayed there for about 9 months, and then another 6 month contract. Yeah, did a lot of performing,
So how was
but
it
throughout that,
performing? So how was it
yeah,
performing
no,
on the cruise line? Was it good?
you know.
Everybody's happy because of
You know
vacation.
what? No, no, no. I'll tell you something funny. It was amazing because I only worked 8 hours a week because one of the kind of like a headliner kind of thing. The only funny thing is that everybody near the end of the contract, especially the last few months, all the performers they like hated each other. So right before we go on stage, everyone's like looking all miserable. No one's talking to each other. As soon as the curtains open up, we're like, yeah, we're singing, like we're the happiest people on earth. The life it was a little bit crazy, but the shows were great.
All right. So who have you opened for beside the cruise line and stuff? Who have you opened and worked with?
Okay, so I only did like the cruise line, and I also did. I mean, there's some community work that I've done. I've done like community shows. I've done shows for in Toronto for Dream Girls. There was a company called
Ooh,
Laurel Ossington Theater, so I played. Is it Laurel? Yeah, I played
okay.
Laurel in Dream Girls. Yeah, and I did that. That was a lot. Loved it though, because I absolutely love performing. I'm trying to think of what else. In regards to performing, I think that's where, like, I did just a few things, little shows here and there, performing at weddings, wedding concerts, like little concerts, simple events. But my main thing, I was always into the directing for sure.
Okay. So you're more so a director now. So you're not really doing that not much now.
Right. I do, yes, writing, directing, and producing, yes, for sure. That is my thing for sure.
Okay. So when did you do a lot of collaborations with people when you were singing?
I did. I did. I did some collaborations. There's a rapper named Malachi. He had an album out, and I did some collaborations with him. He has me on his thing. No one really famous or anything, but of course I work with my brothers as well because I write my own music. So I don't play an instrument, but I would sing my songs to him, and he would, create the
And they figure it
composition.
out.
Yeah, which is great.
So if you had the opportunity to do something and do a collaboration with somebody, which three people would you like to do something with?
as in, as in,
Music.
music. Oh, like as in celebrity wise, you mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
Collaboration.
Any genre.
Any genre? Yeah, I do like who sings Wake Me Up Inside? Who does that? What group does that again? Evanescence, but they're gone, but I
Okay.
love their stuff. Of course I love Michael Jackson. He's not here.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of who else do I like to who would I like? Tony Braxton. Yeah, I would definitely. Tony Braxton, I would love to sing a song with her for sure. Collaborate with her. She's wonderful.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this the show here, the Lost Heroes of. Go tell us about that.
So Lost Heroes of Oro. Now let me tell you, when I write my musicals that I write are on the same caliber as like any Broadway show. 100%. Now I always said, and I like to write things that are like really on the up, optimistic, like beautiful, funny, happy. So I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would ever write about a dark time in our Canadian history, such as the Lost Heroes of Oro, like when it comes to slavery and Underground Railroads, But a company approached me and made me, and especially when people approach me and ask me to do something that I think is challenging, I like to take on the challenge. So I decided to write it, and I said to myself, I'm like, okay, I know this is a dark time in history, but how can I make this show beautiful, even though it's a dark time? And that was my challenge. So that is why I also decided to do it. And I also realized that I like the story of Richard Pierpoint. I thought it was amazing. I said, not enough people know about this man. We need to tell about this man. We hear about all sorts of Canadian history, but what about our Black Canadian history and our Black Canadian heroes?
And we're a big part of it, like a lot of people don't realize, but because when the slaves ran over, they ran to Canada. So, a lot of people think that, we're not part of it. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are a big part. And we always hear about American history. Always.
Yeah, but what happened to the Americans that ran over here,
Exactly. So we need to hear about our own Canadian history. And I wanted to make this show as good as anything you would see on Broadway. As good as, you know what I mean? Just so it can get that attention that it needs and that it deserves. And I thought my show, Mute the Musical, was the one, or even below, I wrote another one, but I never thought that it would actually get even more recognition as any other show I've ever done. And that was shocking to me. So it's very it's a good thing.
And how long did it take to put together?
Well, for me to write it, if I was to do it every single day, and if I took all the time that it took to write it, it may take 2 weeks for me to write. I write pretty fast, even the music and everything. Now to put the show together, I think we took, when the first time we did it, maybe about a month and a little bit to put the show together. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's good. Okay, we're gonna watch a little clip of it here.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Get ready to be moved and inspired in ways you've never imagined. The Lost Heroes of Oro, produced by Infinity Arts Productions under the visionary direction of Alinka Angelova, invites you to witness a story that will move your soul. Come and witness brilliance from start to finish as Richard Pierpoint's heroic journey unfolds through powerful song, drama, and dance. Join us at the ELGIN Theater in Toronto, February 6th to the 8th, 2025. Secure your tickets now at ticketmaster.ca. Search The Lost Heroes of Oro.
Wow. That was really good.
Did you get the other one as well? You got the other one, right?
Just hold on. Let me see. I don't think so. Let me see.
It's a really nice one, too. Kind of gives like a Hamilton.
I only got the one. But anyways, it's okay. But you could, but you have it somewhere you have it on YouTube or something, right?
I do. I definitely have it on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was good. And so, did anything funny happen when you guys were rehearsing this and getting it ready?
Like, what do you mean?
Any bloopers? That
yeah, there's tons of bloopers. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. The funny thing is that when we did it, now I had one designated white guy to play all the different all the white roles. So he would, oh my gosh, he was dying backstage trying to get on to change everything. But so this time we definitely we had two this time. And there's another time where old Richard, he came out and he was supposed to be an old Black man in the 1800s, and he had his bright white beautiful shoes on. Walking on stage, I'm like, oh my gosh, Richard.
It's not the right ones.
No, you gotta love live theater. I was like, and they were white as white. You're probably wondering why he wearing
So he didn't
that.
dirty. He didn't dirty. He picked the wrong shoes then.
Yeah, he did. And he couldn't turn around to change it. Oh my goodness. It's
Because it
funny.
was live, right?
It was live, yes,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
live. So we're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Another time somebody left their cell phone on the stage and they had to, it's just, live theater, you never know what's gonna happen. There's all sorts of things happen on there, yeah.
You can't do anything. And then if somebody forgets their lines or something, then they're like, and you're trying to prompt them, because I did a little bit of thing, but they're not getting it. They're just blank.
Oh yeah, exactly. This time they improved a little bit, so at least that was good. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I mean, last year, I think earlier this year, I was like pulling teeth to get the schools in Simcoe County to come to the show. So the few that I got, I told them, I said, you're going to miss a good show. The few that I got this year, when I decided to do it again, and at the ELGIN, a teacher called, they called and begged me to do it in Barrie again. And I said, it's an expensive show. If you guys are going to fill the theater, fine. But last year, I was pulling teeth. And the teachers were like, Alinka, when they found out that you're doing the show again, everybody's trying to get into that show. Can you
Oh my
imagine?
gosh, that's so
They
nice.
didn't want to come. Then they came, and the word spread. And now everybody, they're done. Even some of them that can't make it because of the exams for their high school students, they're planning on coming to the ELGIN Theater to see it. That's how badly they want to see it. So that was really nice.
So how did you select the people for the roles? Did they have to go through a cast or how or referred?
Yeah, so you know what? It's funny. If I tell you, there's too many stories. So the first one, like, how do I explain it? Like, for example, weird things would happen. So I remember I needed a young Richard for this time. And there's this guy that I don't really know, but I know he was on my Instagram. And I seen him at a concert once. And I went on his Instagram, I was scrolling, I was like, you know what? He would work for a really good young Richard. And I sat there and I'm going through it and I'm like, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to ask him to do it and then I'm wrong. When you get that person and they're not right for the part, or because I like to handpick people. We did have an audition process, but because my instincts are really good, I like to handpick people a lot.
Okay.
And so I said, I said out loud, I said, you know what? I'm going to close this Instagram. I said, God, if you want him, you got to bring him back to me. 5 hours later, Anna, my production manager, said, Alinka, I found the perfect young Richard. She met him at an event that he wasn't even supposed to be at. She sent the picture, and I was like, oh my gosh. That was the guy that I was thinking of today. Another girl was sitting in the audience at one of my other shows. And I saw her sitting in the audience. She was a friend of my sister's. And I looked at her and I said, she would make a really good roomie, which is the girl, one of the characters. And when I went and spoke to her, she said, Alinka, I have been wanting for months to be in a musical. I've been asking, I just want to be in a musical. And she is roomie. So stuff like that, it just comes to me, the chorale and everything we did an audition for, and some for the leads as well. But a lot of the times when I get the best characters for the part, it's almost like a fluke that I just find them, or they're right in front of me for some strange reason.
Wow. Well, that's real. That's good. So this film, it's out already. Is it out already, or it's coming out again?
So it's going to be at the ELGIN Theater February 6th to the 8th. ELGIN Theater in Toronto. And that they have shows at 11 and 7 o'clock. And then they also have shows on Saturday at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And that's from Ticketmaster. You can always find it on Ticketmaster too.
All right. So does any of the songs that you're singing in the musical?
The songs that I sing? What do you mean? Which one?
The songs that used to sing, any songs at all that you like, Ordinary Girl.
Oh, I don't care. You know about my album? No, those ones are not in the show because of the time. I guess the
Okay.
songs wouldn't fit the time, but there are songs that are even better than those songs. Whoops, sorry.
Oh, well,
Yeah, the songs and the score is really nice, really beautiful. Yeah.
well, I probably don't have that one, but we probably have to bring you back and talk to you about those so you can send me the songs. But you know, it's about this film getting out, and it's coming out in Black History Month, which is
Yeah.
you know, next
The
month.
stage show. Mhm.
So it's gonna be something good. And how much are the tickets to go see the film?
Well, the tickets are tiered pricing. So
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what seats you take, but they range from like $50 to like $200. But
Oh, okay.
it depends on what seat. And there's like discounts all around too. Like we had
Okay.
like there's different discount codes that people can use as well to get
Okay.
discounts. Yeah. And just so
Ah,
you know,
okay.
this is stage production, so it's live. I know you said
Yes,
film,
I
but
know it's live. A lot of people
yeah,
doing this live things now.
yeah,
I
I
know.
know.
It's a lot of rehearsals, but you know, once they do it live, they get it after a while. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So I hope you're coming, DBoss.
Well,
Are
I'm
you
hoping,
coming?
yeah, if you send me something to come, I will come out.
Oh yeah, I will. I think I can have some. I can have a seat for you there for sure.
Okay.
Tell me
And
what
what
show
about,
you
all right.
like.
I'll be there then to see it because I want to see it. And then
Yeah.
you have any shout outs that you want to give to your people
For my cast, yes. Well,
from
shout
your
out to my cast, the cast of Lost Hero. Yes, like all the lead characters, like Natalie who plays Rumi, Tiana who plays Nyota, Richard who plays Old Richard, Emmanuel who plays Young Richard, Nathaniel who plays Master Billy. This time he gets to share Master Billy with Mr. Stanson. Um, Trevor that plays in Stanson. I just want to shout out to my Lost Heroes cast. You guys are awesome. The chorale is beautiful. You guys are gonna love the music. You have to come and see them. You have to come and see this cast. This
wow.
show is literally something that you'll remember forever. And I mean, if you go online, you'll see the reviews. People review it. And I did not plant those reviews. I'm telling you
No.
right now. I was shocked when people just started commenting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's real. This is real. You know,
Wow.
this is the biggest chance of my life. I have never done anything as ambitious as this in this type of theater. It's one of the largest theaters in Toronto, and I'm determined that it's going to fill out and it's going to work. And we're going to have these awesome shows. Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's gonna be good then. All right. So I know you mentioned where they can get the tickets, but if people want to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me at, they can go on TikTok, and I think it's at Alinka Angelova 7. If I
Mm-hmm.
can, let me just check for sure. Let me make sure. Oops. I don't know my, whoops. I'm going to find it for you because I want to, okay. So it's Alinka Angelova 7.
Okay.
And actually, on there, they can follow my journey. They can start from the beginning, and it's called Journey to Broadway. And I let people follow me on getting, because I mean, it's a very impossible dream to get to Broadway like that. Just like an unknown person, unknown girl like me, just
Yes.
living life and trying to get there. So they can follow me there, and they can also follow me at King Alinka Kingdom Air.
Okay.
Kingdom, which is air, like as in air, like an heir to the
Okay.
throne. They can follow me there, and they can follow at Alinka Angelova Music. Yeah, I have a few different social media. Infinity Eyes Productions. Yeah, there's a few. So yeah, you can find me.
Okay.
I'm very easy to find. I'm all over the internet.
Ah, well, I welcome you to come back. And
So,
you know, I welcome you to come back when you got another production coming out. You know, I welcome you to
okay.
come back, and we're gonna watch this one. I encourage people to go out. You know, get your tickets for this. It's in Black
Mhm.
History Month. You know, yes, there's a lot of stuff going on, but there ain't nothing going on like Alinka.
That's right.
All
Nothing
right.
going on. That's for sure.
So,
Thank you
anyways,
so much.
that's no problem. So, everybody, on that note, good night and bye for now.
See you later.